Office Hours of Real Life Athletic Directors. We are here again, bringing you the best show out there today.
Podcast wise.
The best podcast.
There's one.
Would you agree, sir?
Of course.
Best thing out there. We come to you every other Wednesday on Facebook and YouTube, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Well, guys, I want to start this episode with a quick conversation on scandals in high school sports.
Okay.
I was shocked when I read it. Opelika football coach suspended for scouting or what they do in New England a few years ago.
Watch out. Spygate.
Spygate, whatever you want to call it, man.
Illegal scouting.
Illegal. He was Coach Kegler. Now you have more information. What Coach Moore is his name, correct?
Yeah. So apparently, he had a student's media credentials on the sideline scouting game.
And that's not appropriate.
I mean, that part isn't, but I mean, every coach is going to go scout a game. So, I mean, I don't understand the.
Okay.
Maybe it was the fact that he was on the field.
So there we go. All right.
Because I was gonna say you can
Get film.
sit in the stands and watch
Correct.
another team play.
Right.
Like, who's not going to sit in the stand, especially for a playoff game? Sit in the stand, watch the game.
So what advantage is he trying to get by being on the field or that close to actually hear the calls? Or
I mean, the biggest thing is my assumption, which I don't know what sideline he was on, would be possibly getting calls, writing it down, any possible big plays, and kind of. But I mean, I was gonna say kind of scout how the size they are, but you can kind of get an idea of the size just being at the game. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what the situation was. It's just when you read it, it's kind of like it's got to be. It seems like it's more to the story than it's being told.
so it's funny that this is the news that hit this week with the playoffs and everything going on. But now let me ask you all both: have you seen the documentary on Michigan football
Yes.
Yes.
about stealing the signs and things
Yes.
of that nature? But this guy was an ex-military guy, and
He was
That
actually
was-
in the military when it started.
right,
Yeah.
that was his job was
and
to
he actually was a genius.
break down codes and
Correct.
things of that nature. So when I heard about this, I immediately thought, man, this is crazy.
Right.
But I guess what my question would be to any of us, because we're all coaches, at what lengths?
It's too far.
right,
How
right,
far is too far?
Yeah.
right. What would you do to win a game, or not? Like,
For that situation, I need the whole story
yeah,
because it's something like if something don't sound right about like the student media credentials is wrong, of course. But as far as being at the game, scouting the game, like
so you would guess he would have to have the student credentials of one of the schools that were playing.
correct,
Okay. Entered through a pass gate
correct,
to get onto the field. Because most people can't walk on our fields without
no doubt,
certain type of credentials or being allowed by administration or, someone.
Correct.
So, I mean, of course, like I said, I saw the Michigan documentary, so I can see him with a hat on and shades or.
No, he didn't have none of that. Like the picture of him is just him with a clipboard. and
Right.
it looks like either a marker or pen, and he's just just him with just him.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was he was hiding or anything.
Right.
It was, like
So,
I said,
so
I
what's
need the full story.
his suspension
They suspended him for a playoff game,
for one game?
Which they
which
played
they lost in
Friday
triple
and
overtime
lost. Yeah.
to Hoover.
And that's who he was getting the
Yeah.
information
That's
from.
who-
That's the
scouting.
game he was at. Correct.
Yeah. So did Hoover play on a Saturday last week and he played on a Friday? How was he able to go to a game?
Now that my assumption, and I don't know about the Alabama 7-8 playoffs, but I think the top 4 seeds get a bye.
Okay.
And I think he was one of the top 4 seeds, so he got a bye, and he was able to go to that game.
Right.
That would be that's my assumption. I don't follow Alabama playoffs as much as
Well, I mean, because you're busy. You're very busy.
I got my own fires to worry about.
Right. Exactly. And we'll get to that later in the show. But I do want to say this. Can you think of anything that you've done in a basketball game
Huh.
that would tread the line to someone else? And now I'm going to throw it to you two now. and I'm gonna share my story. I'll share what I do, what I've done, and will continue to do it. I mean, it's simple. It's just mine is more of a
Okay, what is yours?
So you want to see how deep
yeah,
you're gonna go?
yeah. This is very
what it
simple.
No, I'm
like.
trying to think.
So, years ago when I was at Opelika, great coach Lewis Washington. If he ever watches the show, and he was one of my mentors. So after halftime, if it was my ball, we had a play called Wrinkle, and basically we would just tell our players, go line up on the same end of the court we just shot at.
You did that. to
I've
me
done it.
before.
That's right. I've done it to multiple coaches and teams. So you're gonna get the ball out at half court. So if my team gets on the floor first, and the other coach isn't paying attention or the referees aren't paying attention, where are the other players going?
To where your players
Where my
are.
players are.
Right.
The point guard sends at half court anyway. Somebody got to take it out. So soon, when they pass the ball in,
everybody goes to
he
the
just
other end.
shoots and makes the layup on the other end of the court. So, but I've done this, and he can tell you,
Yeah.
I've done this hundreds of times,
He got me with it.
and you'll be amazed that it works. And it's very simple. It's very simple. But now I dislike. I almost said hate. I dislike it because now I try to set it up, and both teams will be on one end of the court, and the referees are literally going, "White, you're going this way. Hardaway, you're going this way."
Right.
And I tell the rest, I said, "It's not your
It's not
job
your job to tell them what way
to
do.
tell them which way
Right.
we're going. You give one indication, and you give the ball to the player.
Right.
The players can go line up where they want to. But that's something simple, I got some other tricks, for
But
basketball.
that's like a trick play.
It's a trick play.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
that.
I don't think that's anything on near. That's not on the line, borderline.
Well, some people
so
say-
basically you're trying to show everybody you're a great Samaritan.
No, I'm not.
That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Once you all
So,
share your stories, I'm sure I'll
Come
come up
on,
with
Gladys.
something else
Give us
I've done.
something
That's what
better
I'm
than
saying.
that, Gladys.
No. I got some other stuff that I've tried and still
I
will
would
try.
say, now I didn't actually do it. But we were playing a playoff game, and we fumbled the ball. And it's literally like, I'm standing on our sideline. The ball couldn't have been no more than 3 feet from me. And it looks like the game is going in slow motion. And I see the kid come pick the ball up. And I was like, everything was happening so slow. I was like, what if I just tackle him? Because if he picks this ball up,
Right.
he's going to score.
Right.
Like, if I just tackle him once he grabbed the ball, like, what would they do?
You'll be suspended.
No doubt.
And fine.
No doubt. But I mean, of course I didn't do it, but it was
Right.
kind of like everything was just happening so slow, like those movies.
Yeah.
It was just like
Oh, yeah.
everything slowed down. I'm just looking at him pick the
I
ball.
can do it right now.
Yeah,
I
hey.
can get it.
Oh, yeah.
Or either that or just kick the ball out.
Trip him up.
Something.
I had a perfect pass thrown to me Saturday at Brookstone. I wanted to take a shot. Just sailed over my kid's head, and I just called it out of bounds, and the ref looked at me, and I was ready. Let it fly.
So luckily he ends up bobbling the ball. We end up making the tackle. We end up winning the game. But it was just like everything was in slow motion. I was like, if I went out there,
What college coach did that before?
Mike Tomlin did with the Steelers. The guy was running it back.
Did he trip him?
Now he just kind of stepped on the field.
Sure did.
He was looking at the jumbotron.
Like Jumbotron and step.
And he stepped on the field. Like, oh, I didn't realize.
I was
So
on
he
the
made
field.
guy kind of go
That's
around.
right,
and
right.
run
As
the
players
ball.
able to get him, yeah. But there was a coach back in the 70s or 80s that actually
Ohio
tackled someone.
I want to say it was the Ohio State coach.
Yeah, he tackled somebody during
Yeah,
the
he ran
game.
on I'm almost positive it was the Ohio State coach.
Yeah. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't
But
have
listen,
one.
There
Nothing.
you go.
No.
In basketball, you can get away with some stuff now. I can tell you can get away with some stuff.
I can't think of nothing.
I'll tell you this.
It doesn't sound true.
I'm telling the truth.
If there's a
Keep
foul
talking, I'll
call,
think of
if
something.
there's a foul called on this end, and we gotta walk to the other end to shoot a free throw, and I know that kid can't shoot. Oh, I'm
I
telling
get that from you.
I'm telling Johnny, hey man, get to that line. You better get on down there. The whole crowd looking around like that wasn't it. Johnny wasn't fouled.
Right.
Johnny, get on that free throw line. Let's go. And it's up to the referees to make that change, man.
Right.
But now they'll give you a technical foul. But if I'm gonna give up the points, I might not get them anyway.
Right.
Hey man, get
But
on
they
that
still
line.
got to figure out that it's the wrong person.
That's right. Yeah. Because you can watch a young official. You know, they make the call. First thing they're supposed to do is tell their partners who's the shooter, who's the free throw shooter, and if they don't, I'm on it.
It could be anybody.
I'm Johnny on the spot. I've done it before. You've seen it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, oh man, when I had Kim and Kelly Ellison, I had girls shooting 90% or better free throw line. Oh, you gonna shoot no free throws?
But you also have officials who don't know the rules
Right.
as well as you do.
Yeah, yeah. So I get it.
That's fact.
If we got to walk
That's
that
a
length of the
fact,
court, man, I'm gonna get my best shooter on that line, and he better get him off it. That ain't my
Right.
job to tell him to get off the line. I'm gonna get my best shooter on that line.
I had a ref tell me yesterday. My kid took a charge,
Mm-hmm.
and so she didn't call me. I said that wasn't a charge. Well, she hit her. I said, okay, she hit her and she took the charge.
Right. She stood her ground.
But I ain't gonna penalize her for being bigger. I said, but she hit her, right?
It was an infraction.
She said, yeah, but this is a contact sport. I said, ma'am, this ain't no contact sport. Like you
It is.
No, it's not. That's why they got fouls.
That's why they call them.
It's not a
fouls.
contact
It's not
sport.
collision. It's contact.
No, you
Football's
can't.
Wrong C.
Now, referee told me we were playing. Can't remember who we were playing. Kid gets held. He turned. I said, "Ref, so you telling me that wasn't a hold?" Well, he grabbed him and he turned him, but he let him go. I said, "Hold on." I said, "Hold on, run that one back for me." I said, "What? Say what you just said." He grabbed him and he turned him because he let him go.
He let him go.
I said, "So that's not a hold?" Like in order to turn him, he has to
It
hold.
don't- it don't matter how long the
Right.
hold is. The
I
hold
said,
is
I
the
could see if
hold.
it was. I could see if it was to the other side.
Right.
Like this is to the play side. Like
Yeah.
that's how he got outside.
Mm-hmm.
We come back later on in the game. Kid runs the ball. He's in the end zone. They turn him back around. He walks through the end zone. So he's down at the one, coach. I said, Ref, you walked through the end zone to come here. Like there's no way he's at the one.
Right. To tell me where he down at.
So I was like, whew.
Hey, it is. I can tell you a trick play probably in every sport that I've coached. I saw one last weekend in football. Can't remember if it's a college game or a pro game. They said someone had 12 men on the field intentionally to just back them up 5 yards.
No, that's not a trick play. They've changed the rule because of it.
Okay.
And so if you think about
Do
it,
you know what I'm talking
I
about?
know exactly. That's
It-
why.
it was a runoff or something.
Ohio State.
There we go.
Right,
Okay.
it was a college game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what it is they're not going to put time back on the clock. And a 12 men on the field call is just 5 yards.
Right.
So what happens is you got your 11 out there, you intentionally run one out late.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to normally defend their best player to make sure they can't get the ball.
Right.
And they're going to have a situation where they got to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is you pat the ball, you end up throwing it away. So you lose those 5 seconds.
Right.
And at the end of the game, it's 10, 12 seconds. That 5 yards is worth losing that 5 seconds.
Right.
Now we're in prevent.
Uh-huh.
Now you've got to throw the ball.
You got to
the
throw it
end zone.
deep. You got to do
Correct.
something like okay.
So you're willing to take that 5 yards for that time.
So it's just a creative nature that we coaches can have.
That's just a loophole.
If you know the rules, don't you know the rules?
But it's
Right.
changed now that now what they say is you can take the 5 yards or you can keep the time back and replay that.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I know baseball. You've coached baseball.
Hmm?
All right. So I will not name the coaches who shared this with me in baseball, but I've been at 3 schools: Opelika, Central, and Hardaway. So imagine a baseball diamond, and let's say it's a JV game, so it's only 2 umpires, and a kid is on first. So the outfield umpire, or the one in the field, you got your one behind the plate, you got the other one. He's probably
Somebody
And-
on first. I think
he's between
second and third.
second and third. Correct.
I want to say.
Correct. So when the ball is hit, it's to the outfield. So this official, the home plate official has to stay at home. The other one has to come in toward the pitching mound.
Right?
All right. Who's watching the runner?
Nobody.
Runner just cuts second, goes third. Come on. Never touch second base. Right?
You're right.
All you got is parents arguing with you. Umpire didn't see it. They watching the ball.
I mean,
Right?
you got a point.
Hey, man. Whatever it takes to win, right?
Yeah.
When that was explained to me, I was just like, what? Yeah, Coach, you're not gonna touch second. You'll be right behind the pitcher.
You would think that he'd be close enough to where you at least
You're right behind
Here,
the
So they
umpire.
probably practice that.
you have to,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
You just cut the field off. Come on home, baby. It's crazy, man.
I mean,
But there's something you can do probably in any sport, man. Any sport. If you, like I said, if you know the rules,
If you really
And
know those rules.
if
Yeah.
you know the rules, you might be able to get away with something. Correct.
I mean, you're right.
You can pull your shirt down.
It's the sinuses.
My sinus.
We're just making sure. Well, look, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. And I know this might be a sour moment. We're going to talk a little Georgia state playoffs football. Coach Cagle might be quiet. Maybe me and you have to pull this next segment. Coach McCoy is coming on.
He won't
She'll
be
be on
quiet.
set when we return.
She'll grace us with her presence.
Hey, office hours, real life athletic directors. Catch us on YouTube and on Facebook, Georgia Alabama Sports
And on
Live.
Instagram.
And on Instagram, I'm sorry. Officehours.ad and Spotify. We'll be right back. Pay the bills.
BRB.
We're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New full-size GMC Sierras discounted up to $12,500 off. GMC Terrains with a roomy cabin and pro safety discounted $6,500 off. Enjoy your holidays with no payments until February. Choose from over 500 new and used on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're here. Thank you.
Finally.
Finally. Had a long weekend,
It was a long weekend.
but it was worth it.
Caught in traffic.
It was.
I
Yeah.
like that sweatshirt.
Thank you.
Yale family. Was it cold?
Yeah. It was cold. It was really more so windy than anything, but yeah. It was cold. Next weekend's gonna be colder, so.
You going back?
They're the last game, Harvard Yale game.
Oh,
so
wow.
they're in Harvard. They're playing at Harvard next weekend.
You ever been in that game?
Mhm.
I say that's second to none as far as rivalries.
Would you
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty wild.
would you compare it to the Midtown Showdown or the Heritage Bowl?
It wasn't that wild.
Oh, wasn't that wild?
Not
See?
that wild.
That Midtown Showdown.
We
Oh
still got
boy.
upper hand on.
Oh boy.
I don't think we could have got anybody else in there.
I just wanted to make sure, that we were wearing
Standing
a
room only.
Standing room only.
tailgate, have a great
Grease
time.
them up to get them in, huh?
Yeah.
Even more crowded next year. You just wait and see.
It's coming.
Okay.
Well,
I don't like that. I don't like that
will be there.
tone.
Office hours will be
Okay.
there.
It's not what you say, it's how you said it.
I say okay.
It
Mm.
was your tone.
Oh,
We will be back.
we just
The
came back.
Midtown Showdown.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
The Midtown Showdown.
Come
We'll
back
be
from my commercial
pushing
break.
the Iron Bowl, the Heritage Bowl. Do they have a name for them?
Found City Classic.
Found City
They
Classic.
call it the game.
The game. We'll be pushing all these events to even higher levels because they will have to match what happens here in Columbus, Georgia,
For the
between
Midtown
Hardaway and
Showdown.
Columbus.
Mm.
I'm just saying.
Say, what are we? Come on, man.
Hey, man.
What's-
That negativity is got
We are going to talk some more power ranking BS. So I didn't use the word.
That's good.
But I am going to say, amen. Sorry about the first round exit. Do you think the power rankings affect the playoffs as they are now, as opposed to how it used to be? With, just the
I would think the biggest thing, and I read an article on AJC. The biggest thing is travel.
okay
So you had a couple of schools that were like 350 miles for their first round.
Wow.
350.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Like it was like 8 teams that had to travel over 350 miles for their first round game.
Oh man, that's
So,
crazy.
the way it used to be is, 1 through 4 would play in the South,
Mm-hmm.
so you didn't get those really long travel games until at least the second.
Right. 350 miles.
Like the furthest one was, I want to say, whoever went to, might have been Jenkins, but whoever it was, they went 377 miles.
So you probably don't go to school.
So you probably
Okay.
one end to
Yeah.
the other
I'm
end.
gonna say you almost
Yeah, you gotta leave
They
on
be
went-
a
Thursday.
Thursday.
Because they went from, they were 8 miles from Tennessee, Northwest Whitfield, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
8 miles from Tennessee, and they went to Savannah.
Oh wow,
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Because originally I thought we would play Ringo, and that's 20 miles from Chattanooga.
Right,
You
you
gonna say
talking about
Ringo's
Ringo.
North Georgia.
Yeah.
I
So it's
remember
20
you
minutes
talking
from
about that.
Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So, and the worst part, the county didn't have any charter buses.
No
So
charter
we
buses.
rode the big cheese.
Everybody was on the cheese for their first round
For that
game.
first round.
Mhm.
Now our region fared 2-2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would you say? But I see.
It was one of America's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we should have been 3-1, huh? Well, I mean, what do you think?
Look at how
Looking at the teams, I guess it depends on who you're playing. Yeah.
I mean, the playoffs is all about matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it don't matter who it is. At the end of the day, to win a state championship, you have to have a good bracket to start with.
Yeah.
And you have to have, at some point, you got to have some type of luck.
It's
I was gonna say, got to be some
Yeah.
luck
Like,
involved.
you got to find, it's something that has to happen. If you shouldn't win a game, you find a way to win.
Even
Right.
if the lucky is a team that you thought you may
Correct.
beat, end up getting beat.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You
Right.
thought somebody stylistically
Right.
It
bad
goes
for
in your
you.
favor.
And it go in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Any of
happens.
that, like
It
something
happens.
has to happen in your favor.
Right.
Unless, I mean, of course, you have the times where you have teams that are just
More
Superior.
dominant.
dominant,
Just good, yeah.
superior. But for the most part, something has to fall in your favor for you to win a state championship.
Now I'm going to ask a question to everyone. So I went to Auburn. I'm an SEC guy. So I'm gonna just put it out here.
But we know y'all won't be winning no championship.
No, we won't.
But
We
go
won't.
ahead.
No,
We
we
You might be
won't.
talking about basketball.
Well, if we
they
keep our
fight
players
on-
from
they
fighting
fight
each
on-
other.
They fight on
Planes.
planes.
If we keep our own players from fighting each other, we might be okay.
Especially when you're on a plane.
On a plane, in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once the playoffs start in college, whatever, okay, I root for SEC teams, period,
Right.
because I'm just the SEC guy,
Yeah.
you know. So on the flip side, in high school, I root for our region,
Right. Yeah.
you know, once it's all said and done, you know.
Yeah.
If I have friends calling from different parts of the state late in the season, you know, basketball, film, you got film, I won't share it.
No.
Right.
I won't
Oh,
share it.
football it's a mad. So 3 weeks ago, Ringo called everybody in the region
To get
They
film
were-
on you
So apparently, he had some mathematician.
to figure out the
That
the
was
formula.
wrong.
Correct.
figured out
He
the
figured
formula.
out the formula, which I can tell you what the formula is.
Yeah.
He figured out the formula, figured out we were going to play. So I know for a fact he called 4 different teams in our region
To try to get
any
film.
type of
Yeah. Yeah. So I won't do it. I
Was
won't
he
do it.
successful?
They told me he wasn't.
And then you didn't play.
Yeah, then
Well, I
we
was
not
gonna
playing.
say, so it didn't even matter.
Right.
And
At
now
the
the
end of
crazy part about it is now they play Carver.
Mm-hmm.
the irony.
Yeah. Will he call you?
No.
And the crazy thing now with film, they're gonna get film anyway.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it from someone. It's out there.
On top of film, you have guys say, "Hey, coach, geez, what kind of producer is
Sorry.
this? Phone ringing in the middle of the show?
Hey, you know, business.
And she took the call.
Really?
She said, "What do you want me to do?"
Producer.
What type of professionalism is this?
Producer.
Now she
Can you
can't
turn the
talk.
camera on the producer?
Jeez.
Please.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Turn the camera on the producer.
This is
Excuse me.
ridiculous.
Yes. 7.
And she's on the phone
She's still talking, y'all.
during the show.
Tell them to
Say
put the
hey
phone
to
in the door.
everybody. That's the producer.
This is what happens.
You get people's.
I'm coughing, she talking.
You're coughing a lot too.
Well, let's get it wrapped up so I go and take some more medicine.
Yeah, but you got coaches call you about
Medicine.
Coach, can you give me a call? What were your thoughts?
Yeah.
Or, you know,
Yeah.
game plan wise, like I'm not telling you all that.
See, and football is so different than basketball because in football, how much can you change from
That's
week
what
to
I was
week?
gonna ask.
Where or basketball, me and Coach Hunter can have a game plan or certain plays, and we could run them for a month straight. But if I got a week to get ready for you in the playoffs, I might have a whole new system in.
But see, with the new,
Right.
with the power rankings, though, depending on where you are, you won't know who you're playing. So
Well, you know after the first round, right? After
Yeah.
the first
So
round,
once you got the
Going
bracket,
into
Once the
it.
bracket is
Going
set,
into it.
yeah, once it's
you know.
set,
Yeah.
but
but
first round you pretty
that
much gonna go
first
in blind.
round, yeah.
where you going? You have 4 days. No, it came out on
No,
Saturday.
because it'll come out
You
on
got 2
Sunday.
days. That's if they put it out on Sunday. You remember volleyball came out Monday.
It
Right,
came
right,
out
right,
Monday
right.
morning.
Yeah, I'm saying on football though, you had
Oh yeah.
came out on Saturday evening
Well,
to get ready.
yes and no.
Cause where was I? You called me. I was playing a game. And I said, "Text me
Yeah.
if we're in or not." That's what it was. Yeah.
And so technically, for the most part,
And it was a holiday Monday.
yeah, most of the matchups were kind of what. If you knew going in to that Friday set of games, for the most part, there were a couple teams that changed.
Hardaway was. We were on that line
Yes.
waiting. We were
But
waiting.
there was a couple of,
Yeah.
for the most part, the matchups were kind of what you thought they were.
Okay. So they were set
Like
to-
after.
So after the makeup games were done,
So what happened
Friday.
was Westside had makeup games, but they played on a Tuesday.
earlier in the week.
Yes.
Okay.
So they lost on that Tuesday, and that kind of changed our matchup. So
Gotcha.
once I saw that, that
You
kind
know.
of yeah.
You know. Yeah. Yeah. We just. Is Carver still in Sumter County? I'm so old now. I always want to say Americas. but
Right.
Sumter
Yeah, it's
County.
America's.
That's right.
It's America's.
It's Sumter County, man.
It's
You
America's.
can't tell the people what their school is called.
America's.
I wonder why they didn't build a new stadium when they built the new school.
I don't know.
Is it space? I've not been to
They
the new
just
school
changed
yet,
something
so I'll,
this year.
this will be the
It's
first time I
probably
go.
it's probably a mile or two away.
Okay.
When I tell you, it
Have you been to the new school, Sumter County? Have you played there?
Yes, we
Yeah.
play volleyball now.
Okay.
It's nice.
So I didn't go. I haven't been there yet.
No, I was just saying it's maybe a mile and a half away. It ain't too far from the school.
from where
So they were
Where the
not going to
stadium
build a
is.
new
Okay.
stadium.
Right. Like
Right.
they have, so even their team, so you get dressed in like a small building,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have like almost like a big shed almost today, with the big bay doors.
Right,
They use
right.
to dress in.
Yeah.
But now, the problem is you kind of have to walk by each other.
To get to the field.
You got to walk by their shed or whatever you want to call it
Uh-huh.
to get to the field.
Yeah.
So they kind of make you wait before you come out and go in.
Well, the one thing I don't like about playing football there is you got to walk through the crowd after the game.
Yeah.
The crowd is walking toward their cars. And
the
your
cars are
visiting
parked
team-
where you're at.
Right,
Like, you
yeah,
gotta walk
yeah.
through there.
We've-
And yeah.
Yeah, we've had assistant coaches. We had some young assistant coaches, not hotheads, but they would talk back.
Right.
So if the security wasn't walking with us, it was like, oh my goodness.
I mean, it was kind of like that. We played K-Row in the state championship game.
Mm.
Like you're in a gym and you have to walk
Oh
through
yeah,
their
K-Roll
crowd.
is K-Roll
You
is
gotta
tough.
walk through their crowd
Yeah.
that's
and
another
around to go
level.
down. So let's just say you weren't called a child of God on the way to the field.
Yeah. Right.
So what are, I guess this is geared toward Keg and you too, Huntley. What are some venues that you've been at where you just wish I wasn't playing there? Or is there a track
Calhoun was tough.
that you've been to? You said, why are we running here?
You played Calhoun in the semifinals. That was tough. Because the crowd is literally, sideline might be 8 yards.
Smaller than
I'm
Memorial?
gonna say it's worse
Yes.
than Memorial.
Yes.
Really? They're right on top
Wow.
of you.
Yes. So
Talking
even
shit.
we played West Side.
Right.
Even we played West Side, the sideline was tight, but their fans weren't on your side.
Okay.
With Calhoun, their fans are on your side too,
Okay.
Wow.
and it was packed to capacity. We played in the
Wow.
semifinals, and it was like you almost had to have security to get off the field.
Right.
Like it literally was standing room only, and they're literally on top of you the
Mhm.
whole time.
Wow.
That's
we
one of the worst.
played Jefferson in the Elite Eight, and it's not a huge gym,
Mhm.
but they had at Jefferson they had the kids with the chest
Outfits or
painted,
whatever.
no shirt on, chest painted, and any gym you in,
Yeah.
you
Right.
right on top of them anyway,
Right.
and they yelling tonight you go down. I mean, it's wild in there,
Right.
and we got
Your little space.
30 folks
Yeah.
in there with us.
Yeah.
We
Your
won.
seats.
Now basketball, we played North Cobb Christian a couple years ago, and it was similar to that. So you come in, and you walk in on top, you got to go down into the gym, down the steps into the gym, and it was the same thing. The kids paying, and apparently a former alumni bought any kid who wanted a ticket
To get them in.
to get in.
Wow. That
And
is
I was
really-
like, as a player, like to me, I would have loved them in there to
Yeah.
kind of quiet.
Have you ever seen St. Pius X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Not there. It's tough there.
Oh,
We
but
played them in volleyball when I was coaching volleyball. And
but
it
we
was-
played them.
Wow.
We played them at Carver.
It was still,
So they played 2 years. Boys played
I
2
remember
years.
that. I came one and
Played at Carver and then played there.
I remember that.
Now it's worse when you play there because they gonna feed you,
They're gonna take care of you
pray for you,
and
and then whoop
beat
you.
you. Yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Now Miss Cat bad at Carver too. Man. She'll just turn the lights off.
Yeah, that's after the game. They pray for you before the
Yeah,
game.
but before that, all the action.
Like, who else?
And I mean, we had to ask them to stop stumping.
Oh no, you know this now. Valdosta.
We never played there.
Ooh,
I
I've been to
never
Valdosta.
down there.
Carrollton was bad.
Oh my goodness.
I
Valdosta got
played-
a tunnel.
Yeah.
They run out of a tunnel. Oh my goodness. And they just banging on that wall and you the visiting team like, what is about to happen? And they come out 100 strong. You know, Hardaway, we ain't got but 40 players. Ooh, they whoop you, and then afterwards, like you said, y'all want something to eat on the way home?
right.
We've been grilling, we've been tailgating, Lowndes County. They will beat you down and say, Lowndes County, I want to say they had a fair going on. There was so many vendors out there cooking. We left the game, we could have had barbecue, hot dogs,
That's how it
hamburgers,
is. That's at every home game.
everything. Whatever you want.
No, which college?
And they will
game,
feed
too.
you.
I don't know how I forgot Peach County.
Oh yeah, that's a tough place.
We played in Peach County, and we went to get the post game meal to feed the kid. And the lady said, "Y'all beat us. I ain't giving you nothing."
You were mad.
I'm like, "Man, but
Man,
we
it's
made
in the
order 3
contract.
days ago."
It's in the
I
contract.
don't care what it is. And it just so happened with Peach County being in Fort Valley, the manager came in. I went to school with the manager.
Wow.
But had she not came in,
You wouldn't
I'm
have got
not
nothing.
giving y'all nothing.
You wouldn't
Y'all
have
that beat us.
anything. Yeah.
Y'all that beat us. I'm not giving you nothing.
But
I'm
think
trying
about
to
this.
think. There was somewhere we went for a football game where I drove down, and I was driving back to Columbus, got pulled over, and the officer was like, "Well, how'd y'all do?" I was like, "We lost." He was like, "All right, good." He was like, "Going home," and I was like,
What? He let you off?
"Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I'm glad we took
Well,
that
good thing you
out."
lost.
Ace Charter was rough last year.
But think about how cool it would be to actually coach at one of them places.
I would love it.
Because we don't get
that kind of support.
we don't get that kind of support from y'all. Just straight up.
we don't.
Straight up. We don't get that kind of support.
Even as a national, as
so
a
we
state
asking
champ.
y'all, come support us.
Yeah.
Come out. Watch the teams play.
Not even us. Support the
Support the kids.
That's what I said. Watch
Yeah.
the teams play.
No, I'm saying like even
Yeah.
like, take us out the equation.
Man, we can go right up the road. LaGrange. I don't know how. I don't know why. Their students will be in that gym,
Yeah.
and they got the baseline seats also.
You don't have to go up the road. Go across the river.
Right.
So
It's central.
Central.
Oh, I,
Right.
I used to work there, so
Exactly. So
I-
you know.
I know about it.
Exactly.
I know. Well, I know about hometown support. I know all about it.
I
came from
went
Opelika.
to American something.
We do. Now I say this: we do have a pretty good alumni. We do get pretty decent support. So I can't.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
Alumni.
Y'all do.
Alumni is one thing. Your
No.
student
It might
body
have been 100 people at the game.
is something
I
different.
just, and I agree with that.
Yeah, your alumni.
First round of playoffs,
If they're
we
vested,
might have
they're
had 100
coming.
people at the game.
To my
That's
Friday.
it?
Yeah.
Say what now?
We might have had 100 people at the game.
At your football game?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that because I can remember when I was the
And
AD,
that's in all.
Wow.
when I was the AD there. I can
I
remember.
mean, Daryl might have brought
Darryl wasn't
10
bringing
people.
nobody there.
Right.
But I can remember as the AD.
They might have brought 10
selling less
people.
than
We
100
had
tickets
90
for
people.
playoff.
And you got to pay them too.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what really hurts you.
Yeah.
Everyone
We
don't
gotta
know
pay
that.
them
And
for
they
coming
send
down
it
here.
GHS.
GHSA gonna get their cut, and the visiting team getting a one-way travel.
AD as a AD, you always want to be on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah. So if you had to go to Ringo, it wouldn't have been bad.
It would have been bad.
It would have been bad.
As the AD, it would have been.
And you'd have went on the cheese.
As the football coach, it would have been
Horrible.
disastrous. Well, I shouldn't say disastrous, but it'd have been awful. And I had already started making plans, and
Right.
calling people.
Right.
Got to find somewhere to do a walk.
See, that, I was gonna say in the football, you gotta do all those things.
Well,
I
how
know.
about us for volleyball? We had to play Columbus High in the first round.
Yeah.
Y'all get a $10 check.
Did you get that much?
Get a
So I
$10
got
check.
about what, $7?
Travel on
Yeah.
over here.
We got a ticket.
Admission ticket.
Because you get what?
Should
I
let
think
my
you get
fan
33
in.
cents
Let
a
my fans
mile.
in free.
So you got like $1.50 for mileage.
One way.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh God.
You think about you a Krispy Kreme donut, dude.
Nah, you couldn't stop at what's called now. Very best donut.
No.
You couldn't even stop.
Ain't
Get a
got the
cinnamon
life.
roll.
Ain't got the life beat out of it.
Hey,
It ain't fair. At least let me get the check.
the power ranking don't work.
You got a check. You just cash it yourself.
Yeah, they might put my name on.
Just take these $2 and yeah, come on.
That's even worse. Columbus don't take
Hey,
cash no
Columbus
more.
High.
Everything go fast.
Columbus High, just cash out me a little bit of money that you owe Carver High School. I already put it in the account for him.
Send
I
it
put that
through.
$275 in the account.
Send it through. Yeah, I mean it's crazy, but I do agree with you. It's some venues in the state of Georgia that are absolutely
I think it would be
an awesome
I think it
environment
would be
to
cool
experience.
to coach in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we haven't, like hometown. Like I feel like we have not coached in that unless
We've had big games.
right. And what I mean by that is, all of us have had times where we were one of the better teams, the best team, whatever. You were ranked number 1 in the state at one time when my sister played for you. So you were gonna get a team that's come from out of town that was gonna bring buses of people.
Right.
Because we got to get them
For that game. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to get them. You know, so we've all been there. But I'm just saying, like, just a regular game and it's 20 people in the stands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where, like I said, American Sumter, they shut the city down.
Yeah.
You can play on a Tuesday,
Every
Friday,
game.
or Saturday.
Every game.
They coming. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. And I don't know what we can do in this city.
I mean,
If
maybe
you ain't
it's-
letting them in for free, it ain't nothing you can do.
And maybe
Well,
it'll be a little
yeah.
better this year because you have some more recognition with your games. But because I did see we did make more money than we made last year.
Because all of us playing each other.
Correct, but it still could have been better. And like it was nothing like when we went down to America's how the crowd it was.
Right.
Like to me, like that's that booing and all that stuff. Like that excites me.
I
Yeah.
love it. I like playing at Columbus High. I'll say this. Because on a Friday or Saturday, their student body will come out. And I tell my kids, I joke around with North Carolina Duke. I say, I like playing for the Blue Devils. They stomping, they cheering, you know. I said, this is what you want. This is what you want. Or playing Carver. Like,
Right.
this is what you want. You want a big game? Well, here it is. What are you going to do
Right.
when the lights are bright? So it's, now as a coach, of course, I sit there and I'm in awe because, I'll catch a kid looking in the crowd like, man, all these people here. They here to watch you perform.
Like wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what you
Like,
practice
give
for.
them what they want.
Right.
Yeah, this is why we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
Coach Mills, you nervous? No. I'm prepared. And I prepared you to
You
play to the
prepared
best
too,
of your
yeah.
ability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
know?
prepared.
Just do what you would normally do. And in 32 minutes, there's going to be a victor. And someone's going to have a learning experience. At the end of the game,
I just tell them be you.
we're going to shake hands at the end of the game.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, be who you are.
You can be humble and win. You can be humble and lose. You can do whatever. I'm not in control of that other bench. But as a coach, and I'll tell my players this. Coach Kegler, my homeboy, me and him going to go out and eat afterwards, regardless of who win or
Right.
who lose. Me
Right.
and Coach Huntley going to hang out regardless of who wins and who loses.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Me and Coach McCoy going to hang out regardless of who wins and loses.
Right.
But we're going to not be friends for the next 32 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
My trick plays in basketball, oh yeah, he going to see him.
Right.
And if the ref don't catch it, he just going to be fussing at
And
the
he
ref.
got me.
Right.
He got
He
me.
just gonna fuss at the ref. I'm
He
gonna be
got
like, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
I get a young coach all the time. Hey, Mr. Ref, put him in his box. I'm saying a half court.
I've seen that happen.
Put him in his
You
box.
can't be out the box.
But I get the
And their
respect. I get the respect of the referee.
Right.
Put him in his box.
Right.
Mr. Ref, he said something to you. Put him in his box.
Right.
You right, Coach Mill, you right. Let's go and tee him up. Then sit down when he tells you. I use every angle possible. But yeah, I enjoy it. If we can get some better spectators to
Not better spectators.
not better.
More
More.
spectators.
and come for the spirit of competition.
Right.
We don't want no foolishness. It's basketball
True.
now.
However, and I think some of it is with all the people streaming stuff.
It cuts
Why
You
away.
am I
don't
don't
have to
come.
come out.
Right.
Like I can watch it on YouTube.
But it's the experience, though.
Facebook.
Oh, no, I'm
And the
agreeing with you.
experience, like,
I'm not
it's-
disputing what you're saying.
It's like church. You can watch church on TV, but
It's different when you're there.
it's different when you in the building.
Well,
You
I
don't think
tell.
so?
Let me ask you this.
What you gonna say? I feel like same difference.
I agree.
You agree?
Let me ask you this.
Now you've been coughing.
I'm not.
I'm listening to
It's
you,
not
Coach.
germs. I told you that.
No, it's still germs.
How many of your teachers come again?
Not on the camera. That is so gross.
You done put it all on your sweatshirt.
We
I'm
back.
watching it anyway.
Hey,
back.
the question is, how many teachers come to your
To a
game?
football game,
Any
I
sport.
honestly have zero clue.
I know,
I
but
wouldn't know who was in the stand.
what about
I take that
basketball?
back. I
You
look,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of look for my family when I first come out, and then after that,
Yeah.
I know who's there.
You zone
and
in.
where they at.
But I wouldn't. I don't. I know it's a select few that just love basketball,
And they get in free.
and they
Yeah.
come,
Yeah.
and they come.
Yeah, but the problem is they'll say, "Hey,
But
I'm
who
not gonna
was
come
it
in
that
here,
had
but I'm
the
gonna bring two
idea?
of them."
Right.
Somebody had the idea, or they were doing like teacher of the week, and then that teacher sit on the bench with them or something like that. Was it you?
It's been thrown around, but I said that's probably would be a good place for them.
I don't want you there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't need you on the bench.
Yeah.
No, I don't need you.
Somebody said
I
that.
might get one of these chairs and take them down to the gym so they can sit over there.
Y'all get points
So
for
we,
going
we,
to the
we
game.
have a competition inside the school, internal, where teachers are put on teams, red, black, white, and yellow, and they're given points for attending outside events outside of school.
Oh, I like that
So,
idea.
so the team is a winning team.
Winning
So what's the
team.
grand prize?
So, for instance, my team
a
won.
month off work.
My team won the first
Probably not.
8 weeks of school, so we did a tailgate. It was to celebrate by giving the black team a tailgate.
What you mean?
And what? Okay,
What you mean?
they
tailgate?
make popcorn.
Oh, y'all wait to tailgate. I thought.
No, we had one senior night with another tailgate
Oh, okay.
where the black team could come and fellowship together.
Only the black team.
It was open to everybody. We had to contribute more, but it was this. Like I said, it's the spirit of competing. So every week we get an update on who's winning, who's losing.
I hate you.
Me too.
Cause I'm trying to hold it, and I can't hold it. And every time I cough, I look over there at your ass.
And he's wondering what's
Well,
going
this is my
on.
only cuss word of the day. And I know you want to say something. But the last time we were together,
We 6 feet apart, so I'm good.
I'm not.
I appreciate y'all for setting me up.
You wonder about your
You're
colleagues?
not know to do that because you're not being set up. And you know that. You're not by me.
Do I know that?
You do.
Ah.
I ain't contagious.
Okay, doctor.
Just a little drainage.
Well, to close out this show, we're full swing in winter sports.
He ain't got a hold of you.
Yeah, but some got a hold of you.
What do you say about me?
Well, what about you?
Hey, probably need to worry about that. Instead of making. How about you worry about that, sir?
You right.
Wrestling is in full swing.
Yep.
We did not congratulate you. If you
Congrats.
will accept our congratulations,
Thank
We
you.
were about to, but she was late. She got stuck in traffic.
3 point shy
That's the worst
of
part.
being a state
Going to
title,
Atlanta right
state
now.
championship.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Which I know it ain't what
they
you
beat
want,
me
but
by
it's still a
1
great
point in the
season.
state
Yeah.
championship. So.
Thank you.
What was that? Columbus beat you by 1 for the state championship.
Yep.
Points matter.
Points back.
They do.
Mm-hmm. 1 possession. But
100%.
Coach McCoy,
Congrats.
salute.
Thank you.
We know you. We know you work your.
I already touched you.
She's like,
high five.
Just hit him with the old. Hit him with the wink in the gun.
Gotcha. Hey, this is Coach Mills.
That.
Office hours.
Trying to stay.
The real life
trying to stay
athletic
healthy.
director. Look, I'm ready. Like the kids.
It's Coach Keg.
Coach Huntley. That's bad, y'all. I won't. How about this?
Boy.
Hey,
How about this?
Peace.
So this
I got you. Don't even worry
no, I
about
don't need to
BRB.
do my piece.
it. BRB. Peace.
Cut it off.
Cut it off.
Cut it off. We out.